You're into it, aren't you? Yeah. You're into it, you are. Really give you all the lovely flavour for your gravy. Roast that down with a little bit of chopped up onions, some mushrooms, such a red wine. Then thicken that with something they call beurre manier, which is equal butter and flour mixed to a paste. Whisk it in, you got gravy. So, as you were saying, that looks like a nice chicken. You weren't so sure, because it looks different. It's not a bright white chicken, it's not a chicken that's got lots of moisture dripping everywhere, so it looks different. This is a very nice chicken because of that, but some people will be nervous about that. Jamie's Taste the Difference range, nearly 8 years ago when they put it into Sainsbury's, his Taste the Difference steaks were a really lovely dark red, and you could see that, really, really mature. Known people, they covered up the meat, still put the same label on the front, they sold out. So it's about what we get used to in terms of our food supplies. This is good, it's nice and dry. So you'll pay, for chicken portions, winglets, thighs, breasts, you'll pay about £16 a kilo. Here at the farmer's market here, you're only going to pay around about £4 a kilo. So what are you going to do? You cut out, you find all the joints that there are. Let's use a different knife, might be easier. Find all the joints. And they're just like you and me, exactly where all our bits are. You find the joints, you cut through the joint, and there you got your winglets. By the time you've bought enough chickens over a few months, you stick these in the freezer. Those are Cajun spice, pan fried, yogurt dip. They'll sort you out for the Olympics, not a problem, a little snack. Then the most important thing to take out first of all is the wishbone. So you put your knife right up the inside, and you have to take the wishbone out, which is here. Why do you think you need to take your wishbone out? Bear in mind we're taking it off the bone.
We're not all just,
Why do you think we need to take the wishbone out?
Otherwise your dreams
so that when we cut down and take the breasts off, we're able to get all the meat off. Because otherwise at the moment, what you end up with is the breastbone is affecting the whole point. Scrape the knife, you can hear that scraping against the wishbone. Get your fingers in there. You're loving this, aren't you? You're going, oh, this is great. What am I doing here? All right, rip out your wishbones, get out all the bits. And the other side, rip them out. Just like so. And all of a sudden now he's gone a bit floppy. All right, gone a bit loose. So let's take off our drumsticks. Cut down. Hold the bird. Rip it back. As you rip it back, you feeling ill yet? No, you're all right. Okay, you rip it back.
To buy a cake.
Okay. He wants to buy a cake. Cut through. One thigh. Do the same on the other side. Cut down. See, my knives are old. Look. Rip back. Ready? You hold it. You snap it back. Bone comes through. Okay. Cut through. Make sure you get right underneath, because that's all flavour. That's the oyster that you want out there. See this bit here, that's lovely flavour. Look at that, that's beautiful moisture will be in there when you cook that. Delicious. Don't waste it. Then you've got another option. Here, you can feel, see the joint there? You've got the bone, cut through. Okay, one drumstick, one thigh. So remember, in the supermarket, you're paying for the machine to do this. You could, if you wanted to, ask your butcher to do it as well. They should do it for you, but they'll still charge you a little bit more, but not as much as the supermarket. You can go a stage further if you wanted to take out this bone, stuff it with something, tarragon, chestnuts, mushrooms, pan fry. That's nice for a little salad. So we've got this for a dip with some yogurt. You got this roasted, a little bit of salad leaves, lovely rocket leaves, something like that, lovely. You got your giblets for the gravy. You got your drumsticks. Now you can go posh, and you could take off the end. If you take off the end, did I get your boots? Sorry. When this roasts, this will all shrink down a little bit. You know that nice clean bone. You'll go, oh, look, that's nice. Okay. Right, those bits, lovely for a curry, simple curry. Pan fry in a wok perhaps, or a large frying pan, a few cardamom pods, chopped onion, chopped garlic, then coconut milk, fresh yogurt, simmer, hour and a half max, lemon zest, you've got a curry, lovely. Okay, then you need to take the breasts off, alright? Now up to you what you want to do. You can take the skin off so we can make it even healthier product if that's what we want to do. So let's just rip that skin right back, like so, to expose the breast. and you can see the backbone. So again, I'm doing this with a tiny little knife to show you don't need to go and buy a boning knife and be fancy or anything like that. And you keep the knife straight down the backbone. Now you can see here where I've taken the wishbone out, I can access the meat. Yeah, if the wishbone was there, I'd lose all that meat. And then you need to do quite smooth actions. If you do it jiggity jaggedy, you end up with a rich piece of meat, which is not what you want. Keep your knife as close to the bone as you can. Turn that around for you, and you just start to guide that away from the carcass. Don't worry about that, you get that on real chicken, you get marks like that, you get bruising, you get sometimes an infection, but they're not infections that are going to cause any harm to the tumours. In the supermarkets you just don't see that, alright, because they've taken it all away, and that's about our psyche as customers. Then you can do two things. You can go through the bone, if you want to, and leave the bone on. Or if we do the other side, you can take it off. So you've got a nice breast, then you can clean this up, take off the end like we just did before, and you'll have a nice breast. Or if we do this one, let's go all the way down again. Keep as close to the bone as you can when you start with. Right, make sure you get as much of it off as you can. Remember the difference between this supplier here, £4 a kilo, or in a rubbish supermarket, £16 a kilo. In a prime supermarket, you'll pay nearly £24 up to £30 a kilo for portion chicken. It's a no-brainer to say what we should do in order to get the best value we can out of our food and our products. Learn how to bone out a chicken. Over a lifetime of chicken eating, that is going to save you a lot of money. Difference between a Mini and a Rolls Royce. Then you get your carcass. So if you're not very good at boning out a chicken, if you bought a good chicken, you could put that into a pan of cold water, make sure you cover it, bring it to the boil for around about an hour, take it off, and then pick off the meat. That is going to go into your club sandwiches, your chicken mayonnaise sandwiches and things like that. With a good chicken, there's nothing wrong with that. With a cheap, horrible, nasty chicken, yuck factor starts to kick in. You just think, actually, I'm boiling up a really knackered old chicken and I'm picking off the meat that really is probably not even good enough for a McDonald's chicken nugget. Alright, so if you don't want to do that, you can always use this cane just for a basic stock, where what you would do is you rip it in half, into a saucepan, white vegetables only, leek, onions, white peppercorns, cover with water, one carcass like this, bring it to the boil and simmer for about an hour and a half. What you'll get comes to the top is what we call scum, nice, froth. You have to skim that scum off. Strain that after an hour and a half, you've got your chicken stock to go into your risotto rices, your sauces, whatever you like. £4 a kilo, £16 a kilo, it's a no-brainer which one you should buy, okay, easily done. Right, I'm just trying to do one very quick dish with this, just to give you so we can taste the chicken as well.